We work? Oh, sweet. Cool. Are you guys streaming to YouTube? Okay. Let's see. Refresh your site here. I don't see you on YouTube. No. Oh, there we go. No, oh, that's 2 months ago. Let's see videos. Unless there's a big delay or something. Is there a big delay or shouldn't be, right? Okay. Oh, strange. Yeah, I'm on YouTube now. Just keep on hitting refresh, but no, nothing. Yeah, I don't know. So, huh, Appalachian Prospectors, right? Yeah, it's not showing you on here. Doing a test. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. You're not coming up on YouTube. Huh, strange. see. Ah, you want to start over? There you go. You're on now. I see you. Yeah. Yeah, it was a fun year. No, I don't see it, but it's probably on the YouTube. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it was yeah. It was a pretty fun, exciting year. Yeah, it went all over. I love just traveling around and prospecting. So it's not really about how much. I mean, it's about how many different places I get to go. Oh yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I love the adventure part of it. I was in just to give you an idea. Geez, I was in Arizona for 3 months, and that's all I got was that little tiny pile. But man, I had a blast. You know, met a lot of people down in Arizona, and we went out exploring abandoned mines and all adventures, going out camping in the desert. And we had a blast out there. Yeah, exactly a year ago. I'm just about ready to head out in a few weeks, right after Christmas, to go back. So yeah, I'm gonna go meet Alex. My buddy Alex stays out there for the winter. I'm gonna go meet up with him as soon as I get there, and then I'm gonna meet up with Mike Slater and Jim Hamilton, Nugget Shooter, Bill Southern. We're gonna all go out, do some prospecting, and hang out for the winter, and just have a good old time until all the snow melts up here. Then I'll come back up here and start dredging. Oh yeah, and I met a guy over there in Arizona, Toby. He works up on Rich Hill. He works there for the winter, and he lets me when the water goes down into the wash. He lets me dredge down in the wash there because no one works the wash. No one has dredges over there, and I bring mine, and I'm like the only person dredging in Arizona over there. But I got to wait till the water hits it. But it's gonna be fun year. I love dredging over in Stanton. Virginia, right before I hit Arizona, I stopped in Virginia and met up with Matt Hosbar. and he's a geologist down there, and yeah, he invited me to his place for a week, and we went dredging and metal detecting. And, oh yeah, we did pretty good. That was only like a day or two of dredging because it was freaking freezing cold. We left our equipment out, and it all froze up, so it was freaking freezing down there. Uh, yeah, we just dredged maybe a day and a half, and a couple hours at a time, and then we mostly did some metal detecting down. He knows a few places and some sightseeing and hanging out and stuff, but it was fun. It was a good time. Yep, yep. So as soon as I got back from Arizona, I came back. I think April 1st. I started heading back. That's when New Hampshire kind of um, unthaws. So I usually start in New Hampshire because up in Maine you can't dredge until what was it, May 15th or June 15th? So yeah, I start off in New Hampshire as soon as the ice breaks, and I'll do some dredging in New Hampshire, and then when the season opens up in Maine, I like going over to the East Branch and West Branch and the Swift River over there, and there's lots of people, a lot of club outings out there. They got the Central Maine Prospectors. I go to a couple of their meetings and have a couple private meetings, and just hang out, have a good time, do some dredging. Um, I don't go to Vermont too much because there's no motorized equipment over in Vermont. So, but there's a lot of great people that hang out in Vermont, and sometimes I'll go over there and just say hi and hang out. But over there, you can just pan. That's kind of the downside of going to Vermont. Vermont has some great gold, but you can't put your dredge in there or high maker. Geez, you can't even sluice over there. So it's not much fun for me. So I mostly hang out in New Hampshire and Maine just because you can dredge. But yeah, this year I decided to go to Alaska. I always wanted to go to Alaska, so I hooked up with Gold Fever Prospecting. It's a camp over on the 40 mile, and I did the 10-day trip. So yeah, I went over there, and they hooked you up. They give you a 6-inch dredge, all your food, a place to stay, all your gas. They give you everything you possibly need. Your weight belt. You just got to bring, your wetsuit. Pretty much bring your wetsuit. You show up, you get everything, and then I dredged for 8 days over in Chicken, and there's quite a bit of gold over there. And then yeah, after that, I came back. Um, did some dredging over in New Hampshire and Maine again, and then I went back. Went to Nome. Stayed in Nome from, geez, when was it? August 1st to November 1st or 2nd. So yeah. Okay. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. Oh, Are you muted on Zoom? If you, if you go to your Zoom functions and muted on Zoom, the little camera. There's like a little microphone. There's an arrow right next to it. Just to the right of the microphone button, there's an arrow. You can press on that. And then I have mine same system, and then speakers go to same system. And then in that same menu, you can go to test speaker and microphone. If you want to hit that, you can test them. Now I lost you. I don't hear you. Yeah, I can hear you now. I'm still here. Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. Can you guys in the chat hear Jack and John? Can you guys in the chat hear Jack and John? I can hear me on YouTube. I can't hear you guys. Yeah, they say I can hear just me. They can't hear you guys. I think. Let's see. Zoom. I think you're good with Zoom. Oh, there you go. I think you're good in the Zoom settings. You must your YouTube settings for your microphone. You got it? I lost you on Zoom though. I can't hear you on Zoom. Let me see if I can hear you on YouTube. I lost you on Zoom though. I can't hear you on Zoom. Let me see if I can hear you on YouTube. I don't hear you on YouTube or Zoom. I lost you on Zoom though. Yeah, I got you back. Let me see if I can hear you on YouTube. I don't hear you on YouTube or Zoom. I lost you on Zoom though. Yeah, I got you back. But I don't hear you on YouTube. Yeah, you're good on Zoom, but not YouTube. You got it? Yeah, let me see. I'll go back over to YouTube. Uh, I don't think. Nah, YouTube. I can't hear you. All right. Yeah. Do you want to try working it out while you're live here? It might be easier, and then I can tell you when I hear you on YouTube. Yeah. You want to try working it out while you're live here? It might be easier. Now I'm hearing an echo somehow. I hear you on YouTube. Yeah. You want to try working it out? Hold on. That's probably me. Oh, that's me. Live here? It might be easier. Now I'm hearing it. All right. No, that was me. I had two YouTubes open. Oh, wow. That's probably me. Oh, that's me. Now I'm hearing it. All right. No, that was me. I had two. Yeah, let me look it up real quick on Google here. So you're using US OSB? Yeah, let me look it up real quick. quick on Google here. So you're using USB? Let's see. OSB, no mic. All right, let's see. So I'm trying to share this. Yeah, I hear you. It says, did you select the right device and setting? Audio, mic, auxiliary device? So settings, audio. All right, I lost you in Zoom. I'll check YouTube, see if you're talking on YouTube. I'll check YouTube, see if you're I don't hear you on YouTube or Zoom. Talking on YouTube. Uh, I don't hear you on YouTube or Zoom. I got you on Zoom. No, no Zoom. I don't hear you on YouTube. Yeah, I hear you now. I hear you on Zoom. I don't hear you. You're not on YouTube though. Yeah, I hear you now. So you went to settings, setting, audio on OSB. Oh, really? Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. No, you're not on YouTube. Your video is good, just no sound. You're not on YouTube. So on OSB, you went to settings. Did you try that there? Audio output, yeah. Does it give you other choices? It says, what encoder are you using? It says, what encoder are you using? Oh, you don't see one?
Okay. Okay, can anybody hear us out there? Oh, that's okay if you're late because we are late too. We can't seem to get this thing off the ground. Can anybody hear me? Can you hear me?
It's okay if you're late. Oh, I think we got you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Oh, we
Yeah,
got the
yeah,
mic working.
Okay.
Working
good.
now.
You're on YouTube.
Okay, so we
Finally.
finally got some volume there. Okay, I'm going to switch over here to guest. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Can
I
you
can hear
still
it.
hear me? Good. They can hear us. Get your
Oh,
headphones.
gosh. Okay.
That
What
way.
was it?
I just plugged in a couple new mics
Oh,
on
On the
the
settings.
on the settings for they were backup mics basically, the same
there you go.
ones that I have set up that we were using for Zoom. But now I don't know if I can get Zoom back. Let me see here. Yeah, this is what I'll have to do. All right, hang on. Let me see if I can get Bryan back. Goodness. Okay, now.
Goodness sakes. Have patience with us, people. We're doing the best we can.
Huh.
Yeah, we're all in lockdown anyways. Who cares?
Yeah. Okay. I gotta switch to that and then back to.
Yeah, we're using our headphones too, so.
Now I don't know why, but I'm getting just that. Oh, here we go. Bam. That's what the problem is. All right, hang on. Please stand by. We almost got it. We almost got it. Okay. Okay, hang on. And well, hang on. Hang in there. I don't know.
Yeah, just had everything going there now. Come on.
Hang on. Everybody, can you still hear us? Let me see here. Hang on. Hang in there. Cancel that. Okay. Oh, I got Bryan there.
Yeah.
Okay. Speak to me, Bryan. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Now let me get us back.
On my side, it says host disabled participant screen sharing.
Oh, that's all you can see?
No, I can see you guys, but
Okay.
I don't know if that a box came up that said that. I don't know if that means anything.
For some reason.
says host
Yeah.
disabled participant
Okay.
screen share.
Ah, shit. Hang on. Oh,
Take your time.
all right. There we are.
There we
Bam.
are.
There you go.
Okay, we're back. My God. These damn.
He's not going to be a director anytime soon. Oh, you just
now I
clicked this
fucking
off.
lost it
You
again.
just clicked it off.
I clicked it off.
Yes.
No, hang on.
He's not going to get
Hang on. Jeez, I just clicked it off. Hang
Stop,
on.
stop clicking, Jack, please.
Hang on. I gotta get back to OBS. All right, let's go. No. Hang on. Okay, let me get Bryan back in here. Jeez.
Don't click so fast. Slow down. It's all right. Everybody's with us. They know we're having trouble. It's the first time.
Gold porn.
First time we did a podcast. It's not easy.
You're fine.
There we go.
Okay. All right, now let's get our picture back up there. Hang on. All right, now. Zoom meeting. Okay, I got that. Zoom meeting. Okay, there, looks like we're back. I'm not going to touch nothing else. Can everybody hear us? Jeremy Partridge, can you hear us? Can you hear us, Jeremy? Jeremy Partridge, can you hear us?
Can you hear us, Jeremy?
Yeah, it's not easy to do a live stream, not to get it set up. I mean,
Yep.
we could do a raw, simple live stream, but then you can't bring in guests or anything like that.
They can hear us there.
Okay, good. We're on. Okay. All right, so we were having a nice discussion here with Bryan. Bryan Wilder, you all know him. He is of American Gold Prospectors. I got to get you plugged in there, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me have your end. This way here, we're not looping back in.
Yep.
Hang on.
I feel like a real disc jockey.
Boy, if it ain't one thing, it's another. But anyhow, welcome everybody. We are finally here, live, thank God. But anyhow, yeah, as I was saying, we got Bryan Wilder with us. And we have some questions, and I'm sure you have some questions for him too.
I'll be right back.
He was telling us about his season before. Get me one too. And he had spent some time in Arizona, and then he went back to New England. Later spring he was prospecting up in New England, getting some nice chunky gold and stuff like that. And then he was off to Virginia for a little bit. And then from there you went to Chicken. You went to Chicken in like July 4th, right?
Yeah. July 4th, we went up there for 10 days.
That's
Went
nice.
up
So
there
10
actually,
days. Now,
Yeah, Jim Hamilton was up there, and Don, the guys from Amra, they're the ones who got me into it and invited me up. So I got to spend the week with those guys. It was pretty cool.
okay, so you didn't go like to AKAU Gold Camp or nothing like that. You just went up to somebody that was already there, right? Or that was going and they invited you along.
Yeah, it was Gold Fever Prospecting. My buddy Jim Hamilton, he went the year before in Don. They went, I think, just the year before. I'm not sure if they went a few years before or whatever, but I know they went the year before. And they were going up to work on the 10-inch as a commercial divers. And they knew I liked to dredge. And like, hey, come on up, check it out. It's a really cool camp. They'll hook you up on a 6-inch. And it's a 10-day trip, so I got to keep you get to keep 100% of all the gold you find, and they hook you up with fuel, the dredge, weight belts, everything you need. You just bring a mask and your wetsuit, and you just go to work. You could dredge as much as you want all day, all night. It didn't get
nice.
dark at all until like 3 in the morning, and then the sun rose at like 5 in the morning. So if you wanted to do all day, all night, go for it.
Yeah, that was one of the things I was going to ask you too. How was it adjusting to that Midnight Sun.
Oh man, I I couldn't get used to it. I mean, I don't know how people do it, but it's hard to go to bed when it looks like noon
Yeah,
at midnight.
that's gonna
So
be
yeah,
crazy.
no, it's up in Chicken. They give you like blackout curtains.
Right.
So when you go in your hut there, you close the blackouts and it's totally pitch black in there. But if you get up to take a whiz or something, you go outside and it's like noontime, and you like keep looking at your watch because you don't even know what time it is. It's weird.
Yeah. Um,
But if you work hard enough, man, as soon as you hit that bed, you're just out like a light, and you
oh
just
yeah.
wait for your alarm clock, really.
Yeah. I
I
guess it
mean,
don't really matter. You work hard and you're gonna go to sleep
yeah,
anyway.
yeah, I was out dredging for those 10 days. We got up at like 7, 8, breakfast at 8.
Right.
Uh, you have to get on a jet boat, and they drive you like 2 miles down the river.
Okay, and that's what the
And
40-mile river.
yeah, that's a 40-mile river. So I camped there. If you miss the boat, that's it. You're shut out of luck. So you got to eat breakfast, get suited up, and then the boat leaves at like 9.
And you better
And
be on
if
it.
you miss a boat, you're screwed.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure you're on that boat. So you get on the boat, and they take you about a mile or two down the river, and then, or you can take a dredge wherever you want. They own 10 miles of the 40 mile.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, they'll drop you off wherever you choose. So you get to take your dredge and choose your spot. And,
Oh, that's cool.
just luck,
That's good.
whether the gold's in your spot or not. I had a couple really good days and a couple crappy days. Like anything else, you got to prospect around, do some pans on the bank,
Right.
and try to find a good area. But,
All right. So
but yeah,
then from there, you went back home for a little while, right?
yeah, from there, on my way to Chickens when I got hooked up with Nome because I was flying over to Chicken
Okay.
and I saw the cool glaciers and everything, and I just posted a picture. It's like, hey, I'm heading off to Alaska, going dredging. And then Vernon saw that post and he just messaged me. He's like, hey, you coming up to Nome? I need a diver.
Oh, nice.
Like, oh, no, right now I'm going to Chicken. But yeah, I'll definitely hook up with you if you're looking for a diver. I was like, I'm going to Chicken for 10 days, and then I got to go back home and take care of some things. And he's like, well, as soon as you get back home, as fast as you can come up here, just come on up here.
Nice.
And yeah, that's what I did. I
Man,
went home,
you
and then
really.
a couple days later, I was on a plane back to Alaska.
Oh yeah. I seen a picture of the plane that you flew there, and it was like almost empty, right?
Oh yeah,
I mean, it's
yeah. I was right
hardly,
in the middle of the
you know,
virus.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was going to ask you how was it flying during the pandemic? I mean, like almost nobody on the plane.
Yeah, the plane was like I had it to myself. I don't know. There's 20 people on the whole plane.
Wow.
They upgraded me actually on one of the flights to the first class because no one was in it. I'm like, oh, cool.
Right.
But no, I didn't. I mean, I didn't care about the pandemic crap.
Right.
Here I am going to Alaska to go dredging. That's all I was thinking about.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
you don't have to worry when the plane's empty anyway. So
yeah,
so that's
exactly.
pretty cool. And was there any kind of discount on the seats? Was it cheaper to
No,
fly or no?
no, I don't know. I think it was like $800 to get to know.
Yeah.
So
Now
yeah,
you fly into where Anchorage,
yeah,
and then you take a
yeah,
puddle jumper from there to Nome.
yeah. I think I went from Boston to Seattle to Anchorage, and then Anchorage to Nome.
Okay. And so
And
that's pretty
then
cool.
the Chicken flight was exactly the same, except for I think we landed in Fairbanks.
Right.
I went to Boston, Seattle
Oh, that's
Seattle
cool.
to Fairbanks, and then we had to drive from Fairbanks to Chicken.
Now you had some questions for him too, right?
Yeah, just let me quickly, since we got
Yeah.
through our hard times here with getting you hooked up, just let me, because everybody else wasn't on yet, Brian. So I'll just go over the questions really quickly. We don't have to,
Yeah.
I don't want to keep asking you the same questions. You know what I mean? But
No,
just
that's
just a little backstory for people. Where do you hail from?
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Massachusetts. Been here same time my whole life.
Right. And what got you started in prospecting?
Just because I pretty much spent my whole life outside. I go hunting and fishing and dirt bike riding, everything, hiking. I do a lot of outdoor stuff. And just one of the times I was up in my tree stand, just waiting for a deer to come by. There's a little brook down below. I'm like, just curious if there's any gold in there, or like how the whole gold prospecting thing works. So I just went on to like eBay and bought a $5 gold pan and tried it out. And of course, I didn't find any gold. I'm in the middle of Massachusetts, but I thought it was pretty cool. And then I just went online and tried to find where the closest gold areas were, and found out New Hampshire was the closest place for me, so went up to the Wild Amasumic and
Right.
what did I go with? Actually, before I went there, I bought a sluice box because the pan got pretty boring after a couple pans.
Oh
So
yeah,
I got a sluice
yeah. You got to
box, but
graduate, and move on to something
Yeah.
bigger.
yeah, but I love working on stuff. I kind of like jack of all trades. I do welding and fabrication, just home stuff. Just
Right.
self-taught. So I took that sluice box, actually the one you have right behind you. I think this A51.
Oh,
I
you
took
could.
Oh
that.
yeah.
Oh, you see my.
Oh yeah. There
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, yeah. I bought that sluice box and never used it as a sluice. As soon as I got it, I ripped it apart and I made a hopper for it. And I bought a motor and a 3-inch dredge hose, and I turned it into like a 3-inch high banker combo.
All right.
And that was the first thing I really ran was dredge, like a little 3-inch dredge I made out of a sluice box. So, anyways, yeah,
So
I found my first few pieces up in New Hampshire, and then I
That's all
started
it
going
took.
like almost every weekend, and then yeah, that's all it took, and just took off from there. But because I met a lot of good people out on the river, and they
Oh
showed
yeah.
me all the new stuff. I was a complete newbie; I didn't know anything, but I didn't have anyone to really show me anything or anything at that time. And then as soon as I made friends up in the rivers, everyone's really helpful and they show you how to do stuff. And then I met Jack and John and Alex and all those guys had dredges and like I got
right.
to get a dredge, so I got myself a dredge and they kind of took me in and taught me most of the stuff that I know. And yeah, just you got to meet friends and meet people and just
Yeah. The
kept
myth
working my
is that
way
the
up.
prospectors are, not so nice people or anything. But let me tell you, I've met a lot of prospectors out there on the streams, and they're good people.
Oh yeah. Very
You
good.
know, I mean, you ask them questions, they'll give you tips and everything else. And
Yeah.
I mean, I've been all over Vermont, Maine, and New Hampshire, and I've had a great time
Yeah.
up there.
We've been down to Georgia, and everywhere we go, there's 99.9% of the people are very helpful. I mean, I haven't come across anybody really that said, "No, get away from me" or whatever.
Right,
But
right, right.
everybody's helpful. I mean, they'll give you tips. They may not put you on their favorite spot. They will direct you and say, "Here's a good spot." I've had
Exactly.
people even say, "Jump in my hole. I'm leaving. Jump right in my hole."
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and I get gold. And people are always willing to help out, and we're always willing to help somebody out. We want to share knowledge. We want to, and that's one of the things that we like to do is kind of like network with other prospectors. And we need to, like when it came to fighting out legislation that we fought together up there in New Hampshire, right? We had
right,
to
yeah.
we had to network and we had to get everybody together and we all had to go to the state house and we were all on the same level. We wanted to, put a stop to them putting a stop to dredging, and we did it. You know,
Right.
and you brought a dredge, we brought the science, and a lot of other people came to the table and brought all kinds of things to fight against the argument, and we happened to win. And the only way we did it is by sticking together and stuff like that. But so
Yeah, you got to stick together.
yeah, so
Yeah. I mean, we fought legislation up in Maine too.
yeah,
So we knew a lot of people from Maine, and some of those guys came down to support us in New Hampshire
yeah,
when they saw that they were trying to stop dredging in New Hampshire completely. I
that's
mean,
right.
Yeah, yeah. They're just trying to outright ban it, and
Oh yeah,
come to know all those senators at the end. All it takes is a little bit of information for
right.
those guys because they didn't even know what it was.
they
So
were ready to jump in the stream with us and start dredging.
right by the end of the whole meeting, they were like, "Oh, you guys are awesome."
Oh
I
yeah,
still have the audio from that. Listen
yeah,
to it now and then. And at the end, the guy's like, "Oh, I got a rock collection. I brought it with me, guys. Check it out." And
Yeah.
he's like, "I name some of my rocks like you guys name nuggets." And, he was really fascinated by the whole thing. So it was pretty cool just to
right
some
on.
people just
And
want to get up and start yelling and screaming at
oh
these
yeah,
their legislator people, but I mean a lot of them they're just clueless. If you just
right,
start yelling at them, they're gonna think you guys are all jerks.
yeah,
If you
Right.
just
yeah,
take the time to explain to them,
Right.
hey, look, this is what a dredge is.
right.
It's a small little lawnmower engine. There's millions of them across America. They're no big deal. They don't do any damage, and we're just a bunch of guys that like to go to the river, have fun with our families, and go out prospecting. And yeah, by the end, they were all happy to have us.
Yeah, and that even like through that networking, that's pretty much how Vern found you, right? On
Yeah, yeah,
Facebook, and you got an invite to go up there. So it's
yeah.
very important to network with other prospectors, join
All
other
right, right.
clubs. Like we have a Facebook page, and we've been getting a lot of people joining recently, and we like that very much, and we welcome everybody, to come on in there. You can, just feel free to post whatever you want. Ask questions. I mean, that's how you learn. Ask question. There is no stupid question, except the one that is not asked. Because that's the only way you're going to learn anything is by asking questions, and don't be afraid. We're not bad people.
Yeah.
Everybody's willing to help now. So now you were dredging up there in Chicken on the 40-mile river. Now, how does that differ from, or how is similar to the rivers in New England, or say Virginia, or?
Yeah. Let's see. Well, New England. That's where I know most of my experience is from, and where I dredge up here. There's a lot of big boulders up here, so a lot of the time, I need special equipment to move those boulders. So
Yes.
I got a big chainsaw winch and all the come-alongs and the straps and the chains and all the stuff that goes with that. So there's a lot of rock moving involved up here, a lot of boulders, and you find a lot of good gold under the boulders over here. And going over to Alaska, you can't find a rock that's over 40 pounds up there. It's weird,
Wow.
There's like in Chicken there was no boulders whatsoever, and I guess what happens is the 40-mile freezes completely solid
Yeah.
in the wintertime. And so what happens over the time, the ice breaks up and the freeze thaw cycle, the ice will start smashing into the rocks and roll them, and they just get all broken down. Same with the gold. The gold, probably started out as nuggets, just like anywhere else, but
Right.
then in the river, they just get so smashed up with the ice and the rocks slamming in that it just goes to real fine gold up there.
Right.
And over here in New England, it's just the rivers here aren't really all that big, and Alaska's a big place and really wet. There's swamps and everything everywhere, swamps and ponds. And up here, the rivers aren't really too huge to really smash up that gold a lot, I guess. A lot of our streams, they're just mountain brooks and mountain streams, and I don't know. It just seems like that's just my guess why it's more chunkier over here.
Right. Right.
I think in Alaska it just gets smashed up a lot.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there was, I guess they had more recent. I don't know if it's the glacial activity there that just ground it up finer or whatever, but
Yeah.
yeah. So that's interesting. So with that, you should probably be able to move a lot more material than you do in New England, right?
Oh yeah, over in Alaska, I mean, you can use a 14, 18-inch dredge if you want,
Oh, yeah.
So most people out there, they all have sixes or bigger. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't even. Actually, Vern had a 4-inch, which was kind of neat. I took that up in the mountains on my days off. So my days off, I went dredging, But mostly everyone in Alaska, they got 6-inch or bigger to
Yeah.
move the material. And since the boulders, there aren't big boulders, you can definitely plow through way more material. And over here in New England, we're 4-inch max. So I
Right.
mean,
Right.
So like
I mean,
a six
they
inch,
dirt, but
a 6 inch
not
max,
as much as those bigger ones.
a 6 inch dredge would do pretty good up there then.
Yeah. I was on a 6-inch in Chicken last year, but I might be going back this year, and they're gonna let me do commercial on the 10-inch, so that'll be cool. I'll be up on the
Wow. Nice.
40-mile and a 10-inch in the
Oh.
springtime before I go to Nome.
Don't put your hand in front of that one
Yeah,
or
yeah.
your body.
Yeah. So,
Actually, my buddy Jim, he was on that 10-inch last year, and I guess he got his hand stuck in it, and it actually ripped his arm sleeve right off his wetsuit.
whoa, boy.
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
some
you got to
power.
be careful. Yeah.
Yeah, I
now-
got my hand stuck into Vern's a couple times, and man, that was hard to get out.
Yeah.
Vern's was an 8-inch,
8-inch.
but it had the power of a 10. It had a 40 horsepower diesel, which he was running a 10-inch, but he moved it back down to an 8-inch because
Jeez.
when you're doing it all the time with all these divers, that 10-inch is a brute on you. It really takes a lot out of you.
Yeah.
Not only that, in the ocean, the hose is 55 feet long. It's not like a 20-foot hose.
Right.
You got
Wow.
a 55-foot long, huge python you're battling.
Yeah.
Not only that, the boat's going up and down with the waves and
Yep.
the tide and the current. I mean, you're doing you're battling all these elements.
Yeah. Now, how deep
So
were you
that-
diving up there in the Bering Sea?
We were pretty steady at between 25 and 30 feet.
Okay. Now, how was that when you first got in the water? How was it?
When I first did it, it was pretty scary. I mean, I did it. The camera guys are all there. I couldn't back out. But it was kind of freaky because you're going down and you have all this lead on you and you're just dropping like a rock into the ocean.
Oh
And
yeah.
you're
Gee.
going down and down and you can't see, more than 5 feet.
Damn.
Right.
So after 5 feet, you look up, you don't see the boat no more. You don't see anything. You look to your right, your left, you just see like green.
Yeah,
You know,
you
you
can't
don't
even
see
see the
anything.
daylight above you, right?
No, no, and it's dark. It gets darker, and then you're going down and down and down,
Wow.
and there's like no bottom. You're still going down, and I, I mean, I think we went through like 6 people, and a lot of them just freak out. They
Oh,
they
yeah.
can't do it. They freak out, and they come back up. A
Yeah.
lot of guys do that. I mean, the big tough, gnome guys are like, oh, I want to go dredge, and I'll dredge with you guys, and Vern lets them on. But yeah, freak out, man. It is a little scary, but once you get past that and you hit the bottom,
Right.
it's just like any other dredging.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just,
you grab onto that nozzle and start moving material.
yeah, yeah. The scariest thing is just the air because
Yeah.
you're leaving your life into other people's hand,
Oh, yeah.
and I was brand new. I don't know these people, and here they are. If something happens,
Yeah.
I don't
You
know their
gotta rely
confidence
on them
level
to
and how to
yank you
fix
up.
stuff. Right? I mean, are they paying attention? I mean,
Yeah.
our belt fell off a few times. If you're not paying attention to the air pressure, if they're on their phone and not watching that gauge, man, I could be dead just because they were looking on their phone.
Right.
It's no joke.
Yeah. Yeah, they were
Because
texting or
from 30
whatever.
feet to the top, yeah, I mean, it takes more than one breath to get up there because you
Oh,
got,
yeah. Yeah, get all that
it takes
gear
almost a
on.
breath load just to get your weight belt off because it's tight and there's all these straps on you and you got
Right.
all these cameras and battery packs and lights and
Yeah,
all
that's
the
crazy.
shit on you. So, I mean, to get all that shit off, then try to go to the surface, you need like a couple breaths, and
Yeah,
you're not going to
yeah.
make it at once. So
Damn.
it's pretty scary.
Yeah. But
And you got hurt. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so one of the times, it was about halfway through the season. I came up. It was actually after midnight, which is even scarier too, because I mean they're dredging a lot. So, I didn't go down to like 8 o'clock at night, I think. So, at that time it was towards the middle of the season, so it was starting to get dark at like 9 or so. So, anyways, yeah, I was dredging down, and I did like a 5 or 6 hour dive. I don't know. I came up after midnight. And then when I came up, took the mask off, and there was just blood oozing out of my
Oh.
nose and out of my ears.
damn.
And I was like, whatever, I'll go dredging tomorrow. And Vern's like, no, you can't go dredging. You gotta go to the hospital. So
Now,
it
what
made me go to
caused
the
that?
hospital.
Coming up too quick, or just the
No, I don't
pressure?
know. It's what causes that? It's called barotrauma, and it's
Okay.
when you don't equalize enough, and there's too much pressure in your sinuses and
Okay.
like in your head.
Ah,
Because when you go down, or if you're going up an airplane or something, you gotta squeeze your nose and blow to pop your ears.
right.
Well, when you're diving on Vern's boat there, he has a full face mask.
Right.
So like in the river, I usually use a regular mask, and you can just pinch your nose and
Right.
blow your ears and pop them. But on his boat, you can't touch your nose. There's a glass in front of you, so you got to try to like chew and yawn and,
Right,
and
right.
try to push your tongue in the back of your throat and blow, and you try to equalize without touching your nose, which is some people can do it easy. I guess I have a little bit hard time doing it. And plus,
Huh.
if you got a cold and your sinuses are clogged, you're not
Right.
fully equalizing.
Yeah.
And then the deeper you go, the more it really bothers you, and the longer you're on the bottom, it affects you too. So after a long dive on the bottom, I guess I didn't equalize enough. And when I came up, just the pressure differences really, really screwed my inner ears up. And
Wow.
they're like
But you
really,
couldn't even feel it though, right? You really didn't feel
no,
it. You felt
because there's
some
so
pressure.
much pressure on you.
Yeah.
There's just so much going on. You got the mask on you. You got the hot water going all through. You got
Wow.
all the pressure on you. There's
That's
just,
crazy.
yeah,
That's
it's
just
just
crazy.
a lot going on. You don't really realize it.
Yeah.
And plus, you got communications on your ear, so you got like these ear things
Right.
on you.
Yeah, all that
And-
stuff. All that stuff.
Yeah,
on
there's
you.
just all this crazy stuff. So yeah, when I came up, there was just blood pouring out of everywhere. So I had to go to the hospital, and they checked it out, and I had fluid on the other side of my eardrum, and there was fluid, and you could see the air bubbles in there.
Wow.
And he's like, if you dive, I was like, whatever, it's no big deal. I mean, I could probably just go dive. He's like, no. If you dive, I'm serious. If you dive, you'll probably pop your eardrum because the
Jeez,
air
yeah.
bubble will expand behind your eardrum and pop it. So,
Jeez. Now, how long did it take you to recover from that where you could dive again?
I think he said it took 6 weeks to heal up.
Really?
So I was pretty much done for the season. I thought I was going to go home. I was like, sorry, Vern, nothing I could do about it, And he was like, no, I want you to stay because I was fixing stuff for him. I was fixing
Right.
generators,
Okay,
and I was
good.
pretty good with electrical and
Yeah.
all the stuff he needs done. And know him, you have to be more than a diver and know him
Right.
to
Oh yeah.
be part of the
Yeah,
team.
you got to be
Really,
a mechanic. You got to be a welder.
Right,
you got to
right.
be. You got to be
So I was doing all
Coxswain
types of stuff
qualified.
for
And whatever.
And I knew how to do it. I just jumped right into the. I didn't have people explain to me whatever. If I saw something broken, I
Right.
just like, hey, I'll grab this and then I'll fix this.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I was taking care of
That's
stuff like
good.
that, and I was doing the tending
Right.
and all that kind of stuff. So he kept me, and he gave me a share of his side of the box because usually Vern, the captain gets 50% of the box,
Right.
and the divers will split the other 50.
Right.
So I was taking a portion of the
Yeah,
divers.
Vern must have really liked you, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
He took a shining
and
to
then
you. That's cool.
yeah, he was paying me out his side too. So
Oh, that's good. Now, what were the cleanups like?
um, yeah, I mean the most gold I've ever seen in my life. I
Yeah, I
mean,
bet.
there was a lot of times like I said, we're on like 2 ounces an hour, and you'll go on that for like an hour or two,
Yeah.
and then it'll just fade out, and then you won't have nothing, and then you'll get back into some gold, and you'll be on quarter ounce or whatever.
Right.
But average, I think we did the whole average, and we pretty much averaged around a half an ounce an hour, so not too bad.
That's good.
But yeah, when we did the cleanouts, I mean, you just fill the gold cube up. We did we took the concentrates, threw it to the gold cube, and the whole first tray and second tray are just all gold. It's just
Wow.
crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Now the other thing is, Brian, you've got pay dirt for sale that we
Yeah, yeah.
haven't
I just
yet talked about. So why don't you let the viewers know where we can get some of that pay dirt?
Yeah, right now I have it on my Facebook page. I mean, I'm not huge into selling or whatever. I had some available, and if I figured if someone wanted some just for the cool factor or whatever from Bering Sea or whatever, they could have a chance to get some gold. But yeah, I got some on my Facebook page. You could just message me, and I just do PayPal. I'm just looking for spot plus shipping, so it's like $70 a gram right now.
Nice.
I have some on eBay, but I had to charge $80 because of eBay fees and PayPal
Right.
fees, all
Right.
those
Right.
fees.
Yeah,
But yeah, I
they'll
have some
drive you
on
to the
eBay.
poorhouse.
Right. So eBay is just type in like Bering Sea gold, and my thing will pop up, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
yeah, I sold I don't know, like 50 or 60 bags, but
right.
slowing down now after Christmas probably.
Well, that'll help getting you
Nice.
set for the next season coming up.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Give you
yeah.
some
It's okay
spending
though.
money.
If they don't want to buy it, I'm fine. I'm fine with keeping it. So
Yeah.
I just gave everyone a chance. If they wanted some, go for it. If not, no problem. I'll keep it.
Now, another thing I wanted to ask you is about now. They get a lot of storms up there on the Bering Sea, and you can't
Yeah,
go out dredging. Now, how often does that happen?
it happens a lot up there.
Yeah.
We were lucky. We were able to stay out a lot longer than the other dredges because Vern's boat's huge. It's like
Right.
58 feet or something.
Yeah.
And the typical dredge up there is only like, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 feet, and it's on pontoons.
Yeah.
And, a pontoon with just a flat deck, and they get swamped real easy.
Yeah.
We got like a really big boat that's pretty sealed, but there's a limit to that too. Like we can't do much more than 3 or 4 feet because
Right.
the sluice box is on the side, and then the sluice box is going up and down and left and right. You're washing out all your gold.
Right. And that's real
And plus the
good.
diver, the hose is going up like 4 or 5 feet at a time, and it's yanking on the diver, and
Yeah.
there becomes a point where even then 3, 4 feet's a little bit too much for
Right.
our
Right.
boat, but we can handle the seas. So we were lucky; we got to stay out much longer than everyone else.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a lot of storms, and they come real quick.
Yeah.
Like you can go out in the morning; it'll be almost like glass out there, maybe half-foot waves, and then by noontime, you feel the wind pick up, and then by like 3, bang, there'll be like 3 or 4 footers, and it happens that fast. And some of those smaller boats, yeah, I mean, if you're not on top of the weather, you can wind up at the bottom.
Right.
One of our neighbors, they had actually like a 34-foot fishing boat, an aluminum boat. It was a nice boat.
Yeah.
It was built for the seas, and they went out to the bluffs, and there was a little minor storm, nothing too big, but it was supposed to blow like 30 knots for like a day or two. So they went 60 miles out to the bluffs, and the storm came in, and they tried to beat it back. And if they only left like 2 or 3 hours earlier, they would still be alive. They
Wow.
died. They both flipped over and they died. They were our neighbors. We waved to them, talked to them, and the guy that was on our boat, Gary, that I was diving with, he was on that boat last year.
Yeah.
And they did the same thing. They tried to beat a storm just because they were trying to get the gold.
Wow.
They tried to beat a storm, and they almost died last year.
Now, wouldn't it
This
just
year
be
they had it
better
finally.
if, okay, instead of trying to, all right, so they're caught out there, just beach it and get the hell off of it.
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be better?
that would have been. Yeah, they would still be alive if they
That
did
boat
that.
was
But
beached anyway. I seen the photo that you shared,
yeah, yeah.
and
Yeah, they were close to shore just in case something did happen. They they had a lifeboat, but one guy was able to get in the lifeboat, but the other two, I guess, didn't.
Wow.
And I don't know, they're crazy Russians. Those Russians, man, they have
Oh,
no like
wow.
common sense. They didn't have life jackets on, you know.
Jeez.
They're like we had one on our boat for a while, and man, they're just they don't. It's like they almost don't even care about life. They just whatever, you know. They just do crazy stuff. That's you know, I don't know. I'm not like that. You know, I like to live a little bit on the edge, yeah. But I mean, if there's a big, huge storm, I'm going to put on a life jacket. You know, I'm going to swallow my pride a little bit, and you know, I don't think it's that big of a deal to put on a life jacket.
The Bering
Yeah.
Sea
I
is
don't think I'm a
not.
wuss. I don't think I'm
Bering
a wuss
Sea.
because I put on a life
Yeah,
jacket on the
yeah.
storm.
You're not talking about a lake with little waves on. We're talking about the Bering
Right.
Sea
Yeah.
here.
That will tear you
Yeah.
up.
You know.
Now, we have a question from one of our viewers in the chat that wants to know, is there anybody out there dredging with a submarine?
Yeah, there was a submarine. Yeah, it's right there in town, but it's
Were
it's
they
all
using
beached
it to
now. I
get
guess
gold?
it's like I don't know, it's like a homemade kind of thing, contraption. I don't know much about it, but Vern
Hello,
knows the
Kevin
guy.
Starr.
But I think they tried it and got flooded and they got spooked and scared and just beached it and it's never ran since. Nome's just full of dredges. People, you know, it's not what you think at all.
Yeah,
You need a lot of money to do this, you know, to do it right.
yeah,
And you know, people go up there, they'll spend like 100, 200 grand, but I mean, you really need like $1 million to do what you need to do. You know, they'll spend all that money and then they don't have the rest of the money to keep going and make it work.
right.
So Nome, there's just a lot of dredges up in Nome just
Oh, yeah.
rotting away. You know?
Wow. Yeah, I figured you could probably go up there and just buy one or rent one or something. You know, there's probably plenty of
Yeah,
parts you
yeah.
can put something together. Now, what would
Right.
you say? What would you say to somebody who was thinking about going up there, you know, and they're serious about going? What would your advice to them be?
If I was to do it, I would just keep it really simple, really easy, really small. There's one guy I knew. He had it's a small little dredge. It's probably like 20 feet long, pontoon dredge, and he kept it extremely simplified, and it's just him. That's pretty much the only way you're gonna do it. If you're the captain, the operator, the dredger, just one man operation. It's a little dangerous, but you know, if you got an air tank with you in case your air breaks or something breaks or something, you know.
Right.
That's how I would do it. I don't really see it working any other way unless you have just a lot of money. Like I said, if you got $1 million and you can get a nice dredge with a crew, and you know you got to keep your crew happy. If you're not on the gold, your crew's going to leave. So
Right.
if you go up there and buy a nice dredge, but it needs 2 or 3 people to work on it, and you don't keep your guys happy, they're just gone. I mean, they're not going to stick with you. If you're not making them money, why would they stay? They don't share your same dream, you know. So if I were to do it, I would just do it by myself. There's a couple of guys that do it. It's a little dangerous, but you know, if you want to make the money, that's the only way to really make the money. And you know, the other thing is, you know, a lot of the divers up there, they're alcoholics or druggies. You know, they don't show up for work, and
Right.
you know, if they do dive with you, as soon as they get the gold, you won't see them for a few weeks because they go party.
Right.
You know, they
Go
have
party it up.
10 and 20 grand in their pocket. You know, you won't see them
Oh,
until
hell
they
yeah,
run out of
party
money.
time.
So the problem with up
Booze,
there is
women,
just having a
drugs,
reliable
cards.
crew. Yeah. But Vern was cool, you know, because he kept you happy, you know. You know, he was giving us a little on side for TV, and you know, he would buy his food all the time, and
Yeah.
you know, he knows how to treat his crew good. So
That's
if you
cool.
treat your crew good, you know, they'll stay with you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, he
good.
gave us a car to use. He gave us a four wheeler, a free place to stay. So
Nice.
you know,
Now, what would it be like? I mean, going up there, places to stay. I mean, I've seen that one fella, Alex, that had his camp right on the beach,
right,
Um,
right.
and he was beach mining. I personally would not do that because of the
Right.
grizzlies.
We hired one of the kids that was on the beach. He was a younger guy, maybe like 25, and he was doing the same thing Alex was. But
Yeah.
Vern, he wanted to dredge, so Vern's like, "Yeah, come on, you know, we'll take a dredging." And so I got to talking to him, and he lives right on the beach there. But you know, there's no place to do your laundry or anything
Right.
like that. And
Oh yeah.
even in the summer, the temperatures are pretty cold at night. I mean,
Right.
throughout the whole time I was there, even in August, I had a winter hat on, winter jacket. You know, there's a couple days where you could maybe wear a t-shirt, but
Yeah.
not much. So I mean, you got to battle the cold constantly, even in the summer. And then the other problem is moisture. Nothing ever dries in this tent. He's like, my tent's soaked. Everything I have is soaked all
Yeah.
the time. Your bedding.
Wow.
I mean, if you have a sleeping bag out, it's soaked. It's just wet. Your
Yeah.
bedding's wet, your clothes are wet. Just the mildew or the moisture in the morning, and you're always just wet and cold, and
Right.
it sucks really.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So the only other thing, I mean, we'll stand on the beach. I think it's illegal, but they kind of tolerate it a little bit.
Right.
Um, the only other thing is hotels, but the hotels are like $200 or $300 a night.
Yeah, that's insane.
Uh,
Now, what
I
about
mean,
like apartments or
yeah, that's the other thing
shacks
too.
or whatever?
Yeah, there's apartments available, but I mean,
Again, they're
they're like
expensive.
$1,500, $2,000 a month just for a piece of crap,
Yeah.
apartment.
So
It's
you
it's
better
really
have a good
expensive.
plan when you're heading up there.
Right, and then
Basically.
food too. Food's the other thing.
Oh
If you
yeah.
want,
Yeah, I
like
seen. I think one of the pictures you posted for, like, I think it was for a case of Coors for like $51 or something like that.
yeah, 53 bucks for a 30 pack. Yeah,
Wow.
and that was on sale.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
booze is expensive, beers are
So
expensive.
you
If you
better
want a
bring some
steak,
money and plenty of it.
yeah, it's like $30 just for a steak, a
Yeah.
ribeye steak, $30. Fresh berries, something like strawberries is probably like $9 for a little
Jeez.
pint. So
So if
it's
you're
just
planning
expensive
to
all
go to
around.
Alaska, these are the things you got to plan for. Where are you going to stay? What are you going to eat? Things are expensive. You got to figure also too that you're not going to be out on the sea dredging every day because of many, many storms that can kill you and will kill you. People die up there every year. So you just got to plan it out right, and you know, just be careful and always keep that in mind. But and it's nice to have a good contact like you had that invited you up. Now I think
Right,
that's
right.
about the best plan. If somebody's already there and they know what's up, they
Yeah.
know the ins and outs, they know what's going on there. But
Yeah, I was just lucky because when I went, like Vern's boat's big, so he had bunks inside there, so I had a place to
yeah,
stay.
yeah,
And then Vern gave us a car, a Rav4. He's like, you guys help me out, I'll help you out. And so he gave us a car, and we had a four wheeler to use to, drive around on the beach and stuff. And like I said, he was treating his crew good because he wanted us to stay. If we don't stay with him, then he
right,
doesn't have anyone,
right,
and
right,
he doesn't dive or do anything on his own. So if
Right.
he doesn't keep his crew happy, he's gonna find himself with no one. So he was good with like that. I mean, we worked hard for him, and he treated us good. So,
yeah,
but yeah, Gary went up there just on a whim, and he lived on the beach for a little bit, and then he wound up dredging over for Vern for ice season,
yeah,
and then Vern helped him out with an apartment and all that. But yeah, if you just go up on your own, I would just say, just try it for a week or two. Just
right,
expect to only go for a week or two, and just try it.
yeah.
Like I would definitely go for your dream. If your dreams go to Alaska
Oh
and go
yeah,
on the
Oh, better to do
definitely
like
do it.
an ACA AU where they got the cabin and
Right,
stuff, and
AKU would be the
get
best
your
choice.
get your feet wet
It's
a
a
little
little
bit.
yes,
expensive, but I would definitely do a camp because then they take care of everything, and then
right.
you get to see what it's like.
And
And
the
then when you're
price
there,
that they
pick up.
charge, the
Yeah,
price that one of them camps charges is well worth it because if you go on your own, it's going to cost a whole lot
right,
more,
right,
really.
right. And what they charge, I mean, I think I went on that chicken
Honestly.
trip. I think it was $4,600 for that trip, but it was free because I got it all back in gold plus some. So, um, up in I think the AKU is around two grand or 3 grand.
That's not bad.
But I was seeing the nuggets I was coming. I mean, everyone went home with gold, and you
Yeah.
make your money back with the gold if you
Oh
work
yeah,
hard.
yeah, yeah. That's the key right there.
So
If you work hard.
Now,
you got to
did
work
the
hard. I mean, it's not given to you. That's for sure. You got to work your ass
Right,
off for it.
right.
But yeah, my
what
chicken trip was free, including airfare. I made it all back in gold, easy.
Nice. That's good.
and at the ACA AU, what dredges did they give you up there?
Um, they're not really focused too much on dredging. They do a lot of high banking and a lot of metal detecting. They do have a couple dredges. I'm gonna say it's a 6-inch dredge,
Yeah.
Okay,
but I think they only have like one. They're not really concentrated on. They don't do anything in the ocean. They own like a lot of claims
but
inland,
they are
right
on the
there.
Anvil Creek, though, right?
Um, I think they're right. They might be. I'm not sure. They're up in the mountains. They're behind Sean Palmrake's place,
Yeah.
where his inland mining is.
Okay. That's where his mining operation is, huh? In that area.
Yeah, yeah. Sean, you got to drive right through Sean Palmrake's mine, where
Okay.
he's doing all
Yeah, I
this
seen
stuff
the
for
picture
kids.
you posted.
Yeah,
I kind of
yeah.
have it here, but I'm afraid if I switch to it, I'm going to lose
That's
everything
right.
again. So, You
Yeah,
know?
you drive right through his place. The road, he moved the road because when he's digging, he probably dug up the old road and he had to replace the road for
Right,
everyone to
right.
drive through.
Yeah,
So
watching the show, I always thought their mining operation was right near Nome. You know?
yeah, it's like a 10-minute drive out of
Oh,
Nome.
okay. All right.
Yeah, yeah, it's right there.
All right.
Yeah, it was fun.
Um, you got any more questions? How about if we have some of our viewers in the live chat ask some questions? Anybody out there got some questions for Bryan? Now would be a good time to ask.
Might have to give him a minute.
Yeah, probably have to give him a minute with the lag.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. Definitely do it again. I don't know if I'm going to do ice. Vernon wants me to go back for ice. I don't know. I really just hate the cold. I don't mind diving in the ice. I mean, when you got the hot water on you,
Right.
it feels like a hot tub. I mean, life is great, but just before and after, and with the boat pulled out, I don't really have a place to stay. I could stay at Vern's, but I don't want to, have to share an one room bedroom apartment with like two other dudes,
Right.
and the ice season's just hard. It's just cold, and when things break, your generator breaks, you got to go outside in like 10-degree weather to fix it, and everything freezes up, and it's 10 times more work, and
Oh, yeah.
probably actually get less gold. And especially a lot of time, the camera crews, they waste so much time because you got to do stuff and then redo it, and half of our time was wasted with the TV crap. So, it just kind of sucks that way.
Oh, here's a question from Down East Detecting and Prospecting. How many kids Bryan gonna have in 9 months? LOL.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the problems up there too. Is everyone warned me. The girls up there are really easy. The native girls,
Yeah.
and you can have anyone you want at the bar. It's funny. They try grabbing you, and
Wow.
taking you back home. They encourage wanting to go back, but the thing with them is they love to have big families, and they grab these minors that come in because they think they got a lot of cash, and they wind up having a kid, and you got to pay them child support.
Oh,
And
yeah. Yeah.
that happens to like half the minors there.
Wow.
Trust me.
Yeah. Don't get drunk and
Yeah. I mean, right on the bar, they got coffee cans full of condoms. The health department
geez.
put them out. Yeah.
Like popcorn. Putting it out there like popcorn. Or
It's like
peanuts.
popcorn. I'm serious.
There, have a condom, everybody. Condoms for everyone.
They're all free, and they're just all on the counters.
Well, at least they're keeping you safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So, what are
Yeah,
your
you don't have
plans?
to worry about that.
What are your plans
Sorry.
for next season?
Well, right now I'm getting ready to go to Arizona in a few weeks, right after Christmas. Gonna head on down to Arizona. I'm gonna meet up with Alex and Jim and Nugget Shooter, Bill Southern, and Mike Slater. We're gonna go down and we hang out for the winter down there and do some. We look for abandoned mines and look for new deposits, and we do a lot of metal detecting, some dry washing.
Well,
I'm gonna be doing some dredging in Stanton on Weaver Creek, right below Rich Hill. As soon as the water comes in, usually January, February, it'll snow a little bit on the hills and there'll be some water in the creeks. So I'm looking forward to that. And then Vernon probably, I think Vernon, he's going to probably call me in February to go do the ice for a couple weeks.
are you gonna
We'll see
do it?
what happens. If I could just fly in, just dive for a week or two, and then come back to Arizona, then I might, but we'll see.
Yeah,
And
I
then
guess we'll have to
just
check
gonna
it
drive
out.
back. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay in Arizona till April, and
There
then
you go.
in the springtime, I'm gonna hit the rivers around here, and then probably June or in July, I'll probably head on back up to Chicken and work on the commercial 10-inch dredge that they got up there for a month or two. So I'll be dredging in Chicken, and then I'll probably go back to Nome in August.
Yeah.
Vernon will probably be dredging a little bit earlier, but
Right.
it's hard being up there. It's I was sleeping on a cot for 3 months, and I didn't have my own car, and I'm sharing the boat with another guy. I'm just used to a different lifestyle than it's kind of like a
Right.
homeless lifestyle out there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when I'm out there, I'm paying a lot of money for all my bills. I got my house insurance, my truck payment, and all my
Right.
bills, my electricity, my cable, my internet, my phone. I'm paying all this money for a lifestyle here, but I'm up in Nome and kind of living like a homeless guy. But I'm paying all this fucking money. You know, my back store, I'm on this cot. And, you know, there's no nice beds. You know, I got a nice bed where I am here. You know, very little internet, but you know, I'm paying for internet at home, and you know, it gets tiring up there quick. Yeah, it was fun. Don't get me wrong, but I think I'm just gonna do maybe August, September next year.
Right. Now, my wife in the chat room says, tell Bryan if you use a candle in your tent, it takes the moisture out. Like if you're staying on the beach and everything's wet, I think you might need more than a candle. You might need a few more candles.
Yeah. And plus, the wind on the beach is crazy. I mean, you're talking about 30-mile-an-hour winds all the time. I mean, it's windy a lot. So, I mean, the tent, I mean, all night long is just.
Oh yeah.
You're lucky if it even stays up. So.
And then, I mean,
living on the beach is tough. I mean, it's not like camping and having a good time. I mean, maybe a couple days it's like that, but a lot of the time, I mean, it's
wind. Yeah, I seen that. I seen Alex how he had like a barricade that he built out of pallets and all that kind of stuff, and that probably just cuts it a little bit.
I mean, there's maybe like 10 people that do it out of everyone in the freaking country that I'll go up there and do this. Maybe 10 guys actually stay and do it for the summer. You know.
Yeah. Right. Wow.
Yeah,
it just gets to you after a week.
And me and Jack, we met Alex when we were fighting the legislation in Maine.
Different Alex.
Yeah,
Alex D'Addario, the one that.
Yeah, Alex. Yeah, he's my dredge buddy up here in New England, but I'm gonna meet up with him over in he's in Phoenix right now for the.
That's what I mean. Winter. So he's the one you're going back out to Arizona with.
Yeah.
I just want to tie that together and make sure I'm.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna meet my dredging buddy from New England, Alex. Yeah. He's over.
Same guy you brought to my property that day.
Yep.
When you guys came out.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, because Jack Duggins was there that day, and that's where we met Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I usually dredge with Alex and Jack and John.
Right.
I do a lot of dredging up in Maine. Usually ask for.
Yep, Maine's got the chunky gold, baby.
Yeah.
We know it's there, but man, you got to work for it.
Oh yeah.
You got to move in boulders.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, I love moving boulders. I think it's really fun. So I mean, I'll take a 5-ton or 5,000-pound boulder and you know, spend a few hours moving it. But once you do, man, you know, no one moves those. I mean, even the old timers didn't move those big, you know, freaking boulders. And I think it's fun. So me and Alex, we put the snatch blocks on them and all the cranes and the hoists and the
you guys move some serious boulders.
Yeah.
I like your setup. I like that little chainsaw winch you got now, and man, we got to get one of those. Like doing. So
we move the big boulders, and sometimes there's nuggets under them, and sometimes there's not.
Yeah. Sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it isn't.
But it's
mostly manhandle and move the boulders.
Yeah, mostly me and him are manhandling the boulders.
Yeah.
We're the backhoes.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys got some big ones in New Hampshire there too.
Oh yeah. We've moved some big ones.
But do you get any other?
Yeah, I got a lot more videos. I'm like 2 years behind on my YouTube thing. You know, I just do YouTube for fun and enjoyment, but I'll do it in the wintertime when I got more time. But yeah, I'm like 2 years behind. I got a lot of awesome videos that me and Alex from this year and last year.
Yeah, that you got to edit yet?
Yeah, I haven't been caught up. I took a lot of stuff from chicken. I got all these chicken videos I got to do.
You got to get them out there.
Yeah. I got some crazy from Rich Hill when I went with Toby on top of Rich Hill.
Yeah.
He was pulling out some nice nuggets, and he was only there for like 2 months before I got there, and he had a handful. I think it was like 30 ounces.
Wow.
He got 30 ounces of nugget,
nice.
All nuggets, just in that one little area.
Yeah.
And the day that I went with him, he found like an 8-grammer and a couple 2s and 3s. And,
yeah.
You know, I got that video. That video would be cool.
Yeah.
But I got a lot of videos that I've still got to do. I'm just behind.
Yeah, because, I mean, I really don't watch TV. I watch gold prospecting videos. I watch you. I watch Dan Hurd, Pioneer Paulie. I love to see all the guys out there doing prospecting, finding gold. It's just fun. It's exciting. You know what I mean? I mean, I got gold fever. Jack's got gold fever. You've got it. All us prospectors that are out here today listening to us, we all got the same fever.
Oh, yeah.
It don't go away. Once you catch it, you got it forever, man. It ain't leaving.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah. There's a lot of good channels out there, and pumps you up to get out and go out there and get the gold.
yeah, yeah. And like I said, me and Prospector Jack, we're inviting you out for a weekend or a week up on my property.
Yeah,
So we got to set some dates up and stuff for that, and
Yeah, whenever you get back
yeah,
from Arizona,
yeah.
give
I'll be
me
let
back
us
about
know.
April
And
1st.
yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I like hitting New Hampshire first because it opens before Maine,
Right.
and yeah, I'll usually hit New Hampshire until Maine opens, and then I'll hit Maine for a couple weeks, and then I'll be off to Alaska.
There you go. Way up north to Alaska.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, back up north. Yeah.
Nice. That is nice. And
Cool.
I don't know if we want to take up any more of your time. I mean, we could pick your brain all night long here on your adventures of all time adventures, whatever. But
Yeah.
so I want to thank you for being on our first show. It didn't go too good.
Cool.
It was pretty rough getting started,
Yeah.
but we got it off the ground. And
Yeah.
I want to thank you very much for that. And thanks for being patient.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, we'll hook up in the spring.
Yes, definitely. We will be in touch. All right.
Cool. Thanks.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
thank you,
All right,
Bryan.
take it easy, guys.
Okay.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
Christmas. Later.
Same to you. Merry Christmas. Okay, good. All right. Now let's go back here. All righty. So,
Now we have to do our live drawing.
hold on a moment. All right. Can you guys still hear us, see us, everything? Can you guys hear us? Check, check, check. Can you still hear us? Let me see here. Let me go here. Let's move that.
Yes, you just wrote. That's just we got a delay.
Yes, you can hear us. Okay, good. As I switch to a different channel, basically. Let me get back here. Okay, so you can still hear us. Very good. All right, so what we want to do now is we're going to get right into our drawing. You want to get that pen and the names?
Yep. Hold on.
Now, we took everybody's names from across all our platforms, right from YouTube, Facebook, and what was it? Library, Odyssey, everything. So we're going to be drawing 2 lucky winners here. So please stand by. Okay. Hillbilly John's going to grab that.
All right. I've got it in my hands here.
Okay.
Who's going to be the lucky winner?
And this is for the Gold Rush Nugget Bucket. Are you guys ready? Good luck, everyone, says Flash in your pan. Okay.
All right, they're all shook up. I'll have Jack draw
Okay.
one out of the pan. Here we
I'm
go.
going to draw a name out of the gold pan. And I think I have just one. Looks like I have TN Big Dave. TN Big Dave. I guess that would stand for Tennessee Big Dave. Does anybody know Tennessee Big Dave? So, TN Big Dave, drop us a line, send us your address, and you have won the Gold Rush Nugget Bucket. Okay? That is TNBIG, Dave. So, send us a message on Facebook, on Messenger or whatever, and send us your address. Let me see what we got here. Okay, for the hat, I got John Sly. John Sly won an Appalachian Prospectors hat. And John, just send us your contact info and we will ship that right out to you. Okay. Okay. So we had 2 lucky winners.
Congratulations, everybody.
Yes. We just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and
Happy New Year.
a Happy New Year.
And hopefully you enjoyed the podcast. It was our first one.
Yeah, hopefully the next one will be better. Now, we might do another one in, say, maybe 2 weeks. We're going to go live again. We're going to test things out, and we got to get this thing down right. And, so we have no hitches, no problems. So stay tuned. And we will, I don't know, is there anything else you'd like to add?
That's about it.
Okay. All right. So make sure you like and subscribe, right?
Yeah, like, share, subscribe.
Right, on YouTube.
And
Give
share.
us a follow on Library and Odyssey and Library.tv. Make sure you get over there and check us out. And also, come over and find Appalachian Prospectors on Facebook. We have Appalachian Prospectors Facebook page. And, join up there and, we keep you informed about everything. But not only that, but prospectors can talk to each other there. Communication is key in everything we do out here, So it's a good place to get on and chat with other prospectors that are in your area. Maybe you can get together and get out on the river with each other. Maybe we'll see you on the river too. So until we meet again on the live stream, we will see you where?
On the river.
That's right, on the river, folks. Thank you for joining in. And thanks for watching. And we will see you next time. Peace out.